The Last of Us has got a lot of crazy stuff going on, to put it lightly. There are fight scenes and explosions and zombie hordes just charging out of the sewers to kill you, but ultimately, all of that is extraneous. What really makes the story are the compelling, relatable characters who act as vehicles for themes about what it means to be human and to be alive. However, few if any of these characters are actually good people. How does The Last of Us write bad characters in a way that forces us to understand their evil choices, and even root for them as they are committing atrocities?
I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
Some quick context for the Philistines who haven't yet availed themselves of this franchise. You should probably get on that. Basically, the world is caught in a zombie apocalypse caused by a fungal virus that hijacks your brain so it can drive you around like a mobile incubator. If the spores enter your body in any way, be it through an open wound or via your lungs, you're pretty much done for. This makes the world an extremely dangerous place to live, to put it mildly.
Since The Last of Us can no longer trust the government to enforce just laws,
The government are all Nazis!
or the church to advocate morality,
You're eating people, you sick fuck!
the characters within this world must rely upon their own judgment to make moral decisions. Since most of them are traumatized beyond belief, their judgment, in some cases even their grip on reality, ranges from sketchy at the best to completely cracked at the worst. Civilization has fractured into brutal tribes, and everyone has learned to approach the world with this philosophy.
You kill to survive. And so do we. We have to take care of our own, by any means necessary.
Not to agree with the rapey cannibal cult leader, but if you want to survive in this world, you need to be willing to do whatever it takes. An apocalypse is a massive selection event, as my AP Bio teacher would be proud to hear me say, and it selects for those with, let's say, flexible moral standards. Okay, so the man of the hour is Joel. Nice, wonderful father figure Joel. The plot of The Last of Us is pretty much that Joel has to help Ellie, the only person to ever be immune to the nasty zombie fungus, get to a lab halfway across the wasteland that post-pandemic America has become. At first he is doing this just because he wants a car battery, but along the way he and Ellie form a very close father-daughter relationship. Joel is a pretty nice guy. He laughs at puns and takes her to the museum, and he gets her comics.
Please, I don't want to die.
Okay, that was intense. How do we reconcile that version of Joel, the evil version, with the nice father figure version? Because both are real and they are intrinsically linked.
The first way The Last of Us writes Joel the sympathetic villain, or Joel the morally gray hero, depending on your interpretation, is this opener from The Last of Us 1.
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. We just need... Listen to me, I know this hurts. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me. Come on.
What is this opener doing? Why is it awesome? Because, 1, it builds us an immediate connection with Joel. We feel pain at this innocent girl dying, we feel Joel's pain at losing his daughter, but where is this pain coming from? Why do we even care about this specific guy when lots of people are dying? Because, you know, it's the apocalypse. We care because of this scene, the birthday watch scene.
Hey,
Scoot.
Monday at work, huh?
What are you still doing up? It's late.
Oh, crud, what time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
But still today.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
Here,
What's this?
your birthday? You kept complaining about your broken watch. So I figured, you know. You like it?
Honey, this is... It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No. Oh, ha ha.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Oh, good. You started helping out with the mortgage then.
This scene with the watch makes all of these scenes with the blood and the guts and the gore so much more painful. If the opener had just been Joel holding his daughter as she died from a soldier's bullet, it would have been a good sad scene and a good way to start the story. But what makes this scene truly painful and truly great is not its sadness. It's the happiness being ripped away, the happiness we know this character is capable of experiencing being taken from him. The sympathetic villains that populate The Last of Us are flawed, relatable humans, as well as evil murderers, because of the quiet moments when they're not just fighting to survive, they're living. Thematically, The Last of Us is all about the difference between living and surviving. It's about the terrible wonder of being alive, and the way this story writes its characters reflects that. In each of these characters lies the capacity to experience and to inflict both incredible joy and horrifying cruelty. But for the moments of struggle to have a point, there must be quiet moments. Moments where characters are just being alive for the sake of it, telling stupid jokes or pulling pranks, because that's what you're fighting to protect when the zombies come. These are the moments that make the horrific struggle of living in the apocalypse worth it. In story, life and death stakes are more compelling when you define what is good about life and how terrible it would be for death to take that away. This super sad opening death scene is super sad instead of just objectively unfortunate for some guy and some random girl, because we know the random guy's name is Joel, and that the random girl's name is Sarah, and that Joel hates pancakes and works late to support his daughter. Because of the birthday watch scene, we know what a vibrant, intelligent, funny young life is being violently torn from the world when Sarah is unjustly murdered. The second thing this opener does is, 2, contextualize the tragedy played out everywhere in the world right now within a single moment. Joel is not the only one experiencing this. Everyone everywhere is losing someone. This is an important point later when Joel kills all of the scientists/freedom fighter people, who are literally hours away from saving the world at the low cost of killing Ellie, to get whatever it is that makes her immune out of her brain. This contextualization, one that is repeated throughout the story as we catch glimpses of other characters' lives, leads us to question what right Joel has to place his life and happiness above the lives and happiness of all people everywhere. However, the fact that everyone everywhere is experiencing what Joel is experiencing with Sarah is not the focus of this opener. In fact, the tragically widespread and typical nature of his suffering is more of an implication or an aesthetic. The focus is on Joel's hardship, and the emotional takeaway we get from this opener is that the world is harsh and unfair to Joel specifically. Bringing us to the third thing the opener does, which is to 3. Help us understand an otherwise immoral and evil choice. There are a lot of other supporting elements in the story to help us understand Joel's choice, but I would argue this is the biggest one. Saving Ellie is a very selfish act, but we understand why Joel does it, whether or not we agree with it. Ellie is the reason Joel has come back to life after 20 years shambling about as the real zombie of The Last of Us. Joel also sees Ellie as a second chance. Through her, he can redeem himself for failing to protect Sarah. More importantly, he genuinely loves and cares for her. After 20 years, he has finally found someone that makes him want to be a person in the world again. The apocalypse diminished everything Joel had except the capacity for violence, but finally, because of Ellie, his capacity for happiness is returning. In the end, his choice seems inevitable. Joel saves his daughter, and in so doing, Joel condemns the world. Within Joel is showcased the range of humanity, both good and bad. As conflicted as we may feel about his choice, as devastating as it unarguably was to the future of the human race, we can't say that we don't understand where he's coming from.
I would do it all over again.